Alright, so back here, we have our character is set up and we should be done for now. What we can do is maybe select all the nodes, press C on the keyboard, and that creates a command. Mouse controls. That's easier to organize and make sure you know which part is what. Compile, save, and close. For now, we don't really need anything else in the player. Now the widget has button, but nothing is really happening to it right now. Where we do that is on the graph side. So if you click on the graph here on the top right corner, you can see that there is some nodes already set up. We don't really need them for now, so let's select them all and delete. This is basically the blueprint for the widget. Let's compile, and you can see that the variable, the button are already there. So go there automatically, Unreal set that up for you. So you can see that if I click on the button, I do have events. Event basically will fire every single time the button is either on click, on press, on release, on over, or on over. What interests us right now is on click. So let's select, for example, button wall color A and click the little plus, and Unreal will create the event for you. Now we have on click button A. This will fire every single time we press on the button A. So we know that we need to change our material collection. So Unreal can help us find the nodes, and we know that we have to do material collection and we need to change a vector parameter. So drag from there and start writing vector, and you can see it already showing off. Material, get vector parameter value or set vector parameter value. We want to set it. Now within the collection, you can click the little plus and select my color, or select it in the content browser again and click the little arrow. Now the parameter's name will need to decide what it is. In this case, it's the wall. Click wall. And if you try to compile, it will have an error because the parameter value has nothing attached to it. So it doesn't know what to do with it. It knows you want to change that one, but it doesn't know with what. And that's a linear color structure. So if you drag it and say make linear color structure, that's a bit complicated. So delete that and instead right click on the pin and say promote to variable. And that will be a wall color A. Now you can see that the default value, it asks to compile the blueprint. So let's compile, and now we can choose a color. So we could choose a color, but for the color A, we'll want the first original one. So again, go back to your material collection, right click, copy, right click, paste. Now color A is the default color. So let's do the same for color B. But before that, let's set up our color B. Click on the variable color A and do Ctrl W on your keyboard. It will duplicate it. Rename it, and that will be color B. Again, compile to make sure you can change it, and change the color. Let's take a orangey yellowish, something like that. Click OK, compile. Now we'll want to assign that to the button B. So select the button B, and like we did before, on click, we'll create the new event, select that node, put your mouse in the correct place, and Ctrl W, duplicate it where your mouse is. Connect them, and color B value, you can do with Control, you can drag it and select get, or you can directly drag it to the pin. The three-way works. Save. Now let's try that to see if it works. If we press the button A, it would be the default color. If we press the button B, it will be the color B we set up here. Let's play. Right click to move the mouse, wall color A, nothing happened. Color B, the color changed. Now the lights are stored in the light map, so that's perfect. The color will change without affecting anything. The reflection itself will be affected. So color A, default color. Color B, new color. That works. So now let's set up the second one, the curtain. Before to do that, let's create two more variables for the color. Let's duplicate this. Ctrl W on your keyboard. Let's call it curtain color A. Duplicate, curtain color B. Now for the color A, we go back here, copy, compile to make sure we can affect it, paste, and the second one here will make something like a blue. Save, select these two nodes, Ctrl W to have a copy of it, and then on the button for the curtain, A, on click plus, B, on click plus. We have our two new events. Connect, connect. Now let's select our color for the curtain, color A, color B. Now let's not forget to change the parameter name, because right now it will modify the wall color. We want it to modify the curtain color. So for these two, compile and save. Let's try it out. Press play, move around, the wall default, yellow, curtain default, blue. You can see the reflection changing as well. Alright, all of that is working. You have a different color interior just with some button. You can mix and match. Now for the next step, we'll want maybe that the UI is not there all the time and only when we press spacebar it shows up. And at the same time, if the color A is already set up, we cannot click on the button, and if you click on color B, then this one gets gray out and this one is active. So let's set that up now.